So, Mum, you're going to come and see my handiwork?
Yes.
I worked hard with a hard hat on.
I know what you worked hard with.
Yeah.
We've all seen your bottom. Not
Yeah.
what we wanted
That was
to-
unintentional.
Yeah. Not fancy. Not such a shock.
Yeah.
Must have
She hasn't seen it for 10 years. So I think my plan and my idea for these is that one thing is they're really painful.
Yeah, be careful.
Is put them both in terracotta pots
Yeah.
on the veranda so you can see them wherever you want to see
Love
them.
Yeah.
And then because obviously we're going to have to treat the soil in that middle bed and get the right mix of topsoil and compost. And then we plant one of them and then you can get some more. And then it'll just keep growing really
You know what
fast.
I thought as well that we've got to plant, and this makes it much more relevant now because you've taken down all that stuff for eternity, so to speak, is flowering cherries or flowering. You know, everywhere has got blossom.
What, a cherry blossom tree?
Cherry blossom tree or
100%.
almond blossom.
100% agree. 100% agree, and that's but what I mean is like in a way you're going to end up putting not a lot of things that were already there back, but you're going to put things there that you know you've got, and that over time will grow really beautifully.
Yeah.
By the time we die, and this house is forgotten, they'll be at that stringy point.
Well, no, this time.
Thank you, Mark.
I love them. Yeah, this time next year. No, you won't. No, it won't blossom next year. If you put it in now, it'll be the year after.
It's the inaugural green-fingered hell.
Yay!
Yay!
Subs all cheer.
So what we thought we'd do is just do a little walk around and look at the true horror of what we've got as a store. The lay of the land is total carnage,
Total chaos.
coupled with little buds of joy.
Yeah, and also we're not. The climate isn't making it easy for us because it keeps being as warm as spring and then as cold as winter. So the plants don't know what to do.
I hardly say it's as cold as winter.
No, but it certainly take the blossom off them.
Yeah. So we're going to have a little look around.
Yes.
We're going to check out the horrors and we're going to check out the joys. We're going to see what's left over from last year, what we can rescue from last year, and what some of the jobs are. And we can also inspect the total devastation of Chainsaw Gate.
Ooh.
So look, our honeysuckle
Yay!
is still going.
Perfect.
So that's going to carry on. What's this?
What's that?
It's another clematis, isn't it?
Oh God, and that's the Montana, I think. That
Look, this is all coming through.
passion flower.
Is that the passion flower?
Yeah, that's passion flower.
Another clematis, is it, that one?
I think the Montanas though, so they actually flower early in the spring. So you probably won't get a flowering this year. But the
Why?
fact that they're growing at all, because they have to be much more
They
mature.
flowered last year on when they were smaller.
Did they?
Yeah. Look, this, which looked dead, so this is the kind of thing I'd have just abandoned and left for dead.
I know.
Look, that's that one.
Yeah.
And this one.
Yeah. So they're both
So
going
clearly
strong.
they go very woody, don't they?
Yeah.
Very woody.
Yeah.
So we've got some rogue sort of, we don't know what are they?
I don't know because
You
they've
planted
been
all
nibbled.
these?
No, I know, but look at them. I think they're tulips. But they've been nibbled to
What, the
death.
flower bits? Are these the carnations again?
I'm really pleased that those
Why?
have
They look-
they've overwintered. So now they will. You can split them. You can do anything with them in beds round the edge or round
But
the
you
edge
cut
of
them at the point that they became carnations, didn't you?
No, I just cut them because they would only flower once. They don't. It's no
Yeah.
good. You can't deadhead them.
No. And then over here we've got a couple of clematises that look pretty robust. Those were the last. Those were the last additions to the.
Oh, Mark,
the
that's
garden.
really good because I was thinking they were the ones that were the last additions.
No.
but
Those
this
are the
is-
last additions.
So that's really good. Oh my blimey! And this
this
is
rose.
the rose that had black spots. So I
Yeah,
don't know
which
what
you've
to
cut
do
all the
about
way
that.
back, but it looks kind of healthy.
It does.
Jasmine. Oh look, jasmine. Look, lovely
Jasmine, yes,
leaves,
yes.
everything. And look, a sort of wisteria, which I'm now jury's out on those, but clearly the buds are coming.
Yeah.
So that's going to start doing its thing again, isn't it?
Yeah. You
Yeah?
know what, Mark? One of the reasons for all this, I think, is because
Reasons for what?
for the fact that they have overwintered so well,
Oh,
a lot
right.
of them, is that
Close to the house, maybe?
yes, it's so sheltered.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so sheltered.
Yeah, I agree.
And from that way particularly, and then from that way,
Yeah.
and although we've had issues with maybe they weren't in big enough pots, and who knows, maybe they need to go into a bigger pot. But the fact that they've done that is brilliant.
It is brilliant, yeah. So what do you think? So just taking a step at a time. So what, let's call it fence scale. Let's call it the wall. We're looking at the wall.
The what?
The wall.
Oh, the wall.
We've got to build a wall. We've built a wall. We've got clematis on the wall. What do you think is the next stage of what we need to do here? Do you think they all need to be transferred to bigger pots?
I do, but the subs will know definitively on that. Is now a good time, right at the beginning of the growth? No, it can't be. Well, you tell me,
because in the middle of winter would be awful.
Well,
wouldn't it? Because it would be cold and frosty and they'd be damaged. So I'd have thought maybe now's the time you're sowing stuff and putting it in cold frames and planting out.
That's very true.
So I'd have thought now is a perfect time.
Okay.
So is now a perfect time to transfer? Because I think you're right. In a sense, we don't want any more stuff on this fence. We just want to cultivate what we've got, right?
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
So the subs will know definitively, won't they?
Yeah.
Whether it's the right time or not. But things like that, which I mean.
So look, that's the gooseberry.
It is the gooseberry.
Look at that vicious looking thing. Look at this. Thorns on that.
I know.
And then here we've got blueberry. Blueberry gate.
Blueberry, I was thinking it was a rose.
Blueberry Ozark. Blueberry Ozark.
What's
There's
this?
that strange poppy with something else
alongside
it. What is that beside it? What are these?
This is also blue. Two blue Ozarks.
2 Ozark blueberries, yeah. What were those that you planted in there?
God knows, Mark.
Look, this has done all right, this potentilla.
Ah! Brilliant! It came back. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's
Look,
one over
tulips.
there.
Tulips, something's coming through in there.
Yeah, I need to.
Daffodils, olive tree. So all of this is fine. So strawberries.
Now, I don't know a thing about strawberries.
Do you think I need to ask the subs, do we need to cut these back, subs? Do we just let them grow? Because they look like they haven't even got... What's been digging in there? What's digging in there?
Do you think it's
Look, Nadia's new palm trees
Yay!
to plant in the big thing over there. And then this potentilla is definitely...
Dead.
I mean, look, it's not showing any signs.
Oh, wow.
So maybe we should try and get something else to go in there.
Yeah.
And there's a rose with black spot again. What do we do about black spot, guys?
I don't think there's anything you can do.
Or does it just die, or does it just grow with them?
It grows with it.
Oh,
It
right.
grows with it. It doesn't kill the plant, but then people say, but who wants black spot on their roses? Look at this amazing thing. This is your maple,
Yes,
isn't
this
it?
is Acer.
Acer, yeah.
This is the Acer. Look how pretty the leaves are coming out, you know, all the budding.
It's a maple, Japanese maple. I mean, that's fantastic. So you got it through its first winter, basically.
Yeah, it survived and that's fine. So I wonder,
That's
could
fantastic.
that subs be transplanted, I don't know, into the garden, maybe replace that shrub over there?
Yes.
That garden shrub.
Yes.
So,
Now we get to the...
now we get to the crunch of it. So really, we need to talk to Nads about what she wants out here, whether she wants more greenery, or do we continue putting stuff along the edges, or what, you know, whether it's just fancy stuff. What do you think?
Well, as you
love
say...
planting stuff in pots, don't you?
Not particularly, but this lends itself to it,
yeah.
No, but as we said, I think we've got enough stuff down there, and I don't know if Nadia will...
Want it to be any more verdant?
No, then it will be. But maybe she can't see how...
I do think she struggles to see beyond what there is at any time.
That's what I was trying to say in a very kind way.
Yeah, she would look... I mean, I think the problem is Nadia will look at that and think, right, I can't really see what it's going to be.
Exactly.
And in a sense, even when it's at full tilt, it's not going to be like bushy, is it?
Well, it's not this year, but some of them might be by
We're
next
looking
year.
at the clematis, yeah.
Passion flower will be, honeysuckle will be, jasmine will be. They're all more like...
yeah.
I mean, clematis is a slightly more...
Right.
Take more work.
Now, down here, which was where we had probably about 85 green-fingered hells about what to do here, we've got peonies there. These are clearly some kind of bluebell or something coming through, aren't they?
No, aren't they what's left of the snowdrops?
Oh, are they?
I think so.
There's a lot of bush left for a
No,
tiny little
and you
flower.
have to just leave it because
Do you?
otherwise, it's a pain in the neck.
So you've got another potentilla over there.
Oh, that one's alive.
Yeah, this one's alive. Very leggy though, isn't it?
No, but they won't be. But,
Rose.
You'll
These
be
are
very
the-
pleased with those potentillas.
These alliums, I'll be curious to see what happens with them.
Mark, I think these might be.
And obviously under there somewhere, peonies will come up one day.
Yeah.
And probably not this year, no?
No. I'd be
Okay.
very surprised.
But look, subs, in amongst the dog poo, look, do you remember I threw some of those bulbs that we thought were sort of rubbish?
They tiny,
Yeah, look at them
tiny,
over there.
Mark? Were they tiny?
Yeah, look,
tiny
can you see the
ones?
little blues?
I think they're called Scilla.
Yeah, they are, but they'll
they are.
reseed, so there won't be much this year because there won't be many that will come up. But then they'll
No.
reseed next year. But wisteria looks bloody dead.
It does, but that don't be careful what you wish for because it'll go mad at some
will
point.
it? Oh, okay.
But that isn't going to be enough on its own, is it? We need to put something else there.
Well, no. What needs to happen is more bulbs like that need to go in this year for next year.
Or, and this might be a contentious thought, but we'll want to run past Nadia or you. Clematis are supposed to do best when their roots are in the shade and then they can grow up into the thing.
Right.
And I'm wondering if you could put stuff round the base of it
But what?
to
Put
shadow
it in the
it.
middle, or do you mean up? It needs to climb up something though. Doesn't it?
Yeah. Put. I'm just thinking.
But unless that wisteria improves, I'm not convinced this is going to be a good spot for anything.
No.
But you can see the buds on it though.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting maybe a clematis goes directly into the soil?
Well,
then?
just I thought we could build up the things round it, and it might
maybe.
be quite pretty. But that could be an alpine garden on it. I mean that. Subs, what do you think? Don't you think that's perfect for an alpine garden?
So what does alpine garden mean?
Well, all it means really is you put a few rocks around, and let's face it, you've got rocks, and then
Is it floral or not floral?
some are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe not floral enough. Monty Don did a thing on it this week, actually.
Right. So could that be what are you saying? An alpine garden, not a rock garden? Could that be an
Well,
alpine?
the same thing.
But that's bluebells, and what we've got in there is scillas, which are all sorts of bluebells and little kind of sweet things like snowdrops and things like that.
I think maybe the dogs are using it as a toilet.
I know.
right now.
How do you stop dogs from using flower beds as a toilet?
Especially as they seem to like to dig.
Yeah.
Buddleia.
Oh, the one I threw away.
Yeah.
This is the one that you say grows by train stations.
Yeah, it's the most popular weed of all. No, the subs went mad last time because I called it a weed. Plant of all.
Okay, so we've got Nanny Di in the garden. This is the first green-fingered hell, and we're just doing kind of like an assessment of where we're at. And we're looking at the patio. We've got you a couple of palm trees. What are your hopes from your patio this year?
God.
Given but just within the simplest of terms, given that along that fence you've got a lot of clematises that are all already coming back. So you're going to have pockets of colour. You can have a wisteria with pockets of colour. You can have lots of tulips and daffodils. What sort of things would you like from this year? Would you like a herb garden? Would you like more flowers? Do you want pots? Do you want
More flowers, but mostly I don't want any of that stuff over there. It's so ugly.
That's all going to go.
That's all going to go, yeah.
Because that's all I see when I come out now. It's like Steptoe's yard out here.
Okay.
So from a gardening
But
perspective...
seriously, because whatever we do here, if there's always great big piles of fertiliser and everything, that really depresses me.
That's why,
and the bikes and everything.
That's why that's there.
But that's why that's all
why we
been
want to
cleared.
get a shed.
No.
He's cut everything down because we need to get rid of what's left and put the soil onto it.
Oh, okay.
So then
So
we
all
can
the
grow
soil's
lots
going to go.
of...
But if what you'd really like is what I was toying with doing this year was moving all of the greenhouses over to the other patio there, which could,
that's
in
what
a
you should do.
sense, also block out the fence there too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Which could be good, couldn't it?
Makes perfect sense.
And then it will be totally clear here. But when imagine then it's totally clear. What are your sort of hopes? Just sort of more of the
It's
same?
difficult for me to say because I don't really know any names of any plants.
No, but what's your feeling? Are you wanting colour? Are you wanting greenery?
Well, I always want colour, but
Yeah,
you say
she
to me
does.
that I'm vacuous and shallow because I
No,
want
he
colour.
doesn't. Listen, Nads.
He does.
You know that
when
red...
I say I want flowers, he goes, flowers, flowers. All you want is flowers.
The trouble is they
I'm
don't
gonna
last
take it
very
from-
long. That's the thing.
But
But you know that pink thing we saw this
Palms,
morning,
which I've got.
and you said we all said, "Oh, that's pretty. That's
Yeah, I love
pretty."
that.
Camellia. That's one,
nice.
Tiny.
and that's one. Mark two. That's the other one.
Yeah.
No, I know, but you've got to
You know, the
start
other thing
small.
that would be nice is to get everything out of plastic pots, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because they look ugly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But I literally don't know how to ask.
But do you remember? No, but do you remember all of the we had some very comedic laughter about this. So it's hard because eventually this pot here is going to be full of really tall, colourful flowers because that's what these the aliums. The aliums are going to come up. They're decorative, bright
Nice.
colours that are
Yeah,
going to be
hopefully.
pingy. You're going to have a rose bush there.
Yeah.
What does a potentilla do in the end? Does that become
Well, now with Nadia's thing of colour.
Yeah.
What's so brilliant about it is two things. One is it's very hard to kill. We seem to have killed that one over there, me. But also it's full of, when it blooms, and it blooms from about March until about
So basically, you're going to have a lot of colour there. Yeah. So you're going to have a lot of colour there. That thing then, Nanny Di's suggesting could be a rockery type thingamajig.
Rockery or
And
that's what we were talking about all last summer, wasn't it? A rockery there.
It's just that, in a way. But the trouble with that, Nadia, is it's a perfect space for it. Could put some rocks. What did I call it first of all?
Alpine.
Would it rock the wood though? You know what everyone keeps saying to us? We need to put all the pots on little trivet things because otherwise this wood will start to rot.
Yeah, they were saying that last year. Yeah.
And now it's been a whole year they've been on there.
Yeah, we haven't had much rain, luckily.
No.
The thing is, though, that alpines are gorgeous. They're sort of in miniature.
I like alpines.
You do.
Two
major things. She doesn't want to dig, and she wants flowers.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
and
must be
palms,
thinking,
which
how
I've now
difficult is
got.
that?
Well, you're gonna get more palms as well because
I want lights. I want festival lights.
That's actually, Mark, that's a really good idea,
like
palms, because
I want fairy lights.
Well, the palms, definitely in to replace
fairy lights on there.
Okay, so you're talking about you're only talking about electricity at the moment in the garden. You're not talking about anything natural. So you're talking about furnishings and okay.
Because I think it looks quite nice.
I actually cleared this end of the garden of all debris, and Toffee has brought sock after sock after sock. Pringles box, look. It's a great place for a shed. Oh, careful, Mum, that's got thorns all over it.
Yeah, it has. I just felt that.
Look, a great place for a shed would be there.
Look at her.
I know, look,
bought
debris
socks.
absolutely everywhere. This was all cleared out.
I reckon every time she comes out, she brings a sock with her. That's hysterical. It's hysterical, but she's got to stop.
It's hysterical, but it's a problem. So as you can see, there's probably I've created as much work for myself having to chop all this wood down.
Yeah.
As I have done just bringing it down.
No, absolutely. That's a camellia.
Oh, that is a camellia.
Camellia.
I thought it was a park bush, you said.
No. This is the park bush.
No, I know, but if I pull this, I've got to do it stage by stage.
Yeah, no, okay.
There's our magnolia tree you said we didn't have.
I was going to say magnolia, and also that's wisteria.
Oh, right.
Growing up there, that big leaf.
Yeah.
And then I saw something else as well.
So and I've started to cut your area down. I mean, it's an enormously ugly first move.
Of
to get it all.
course.
So you'd normally have about 3 men come in at this stage.
Of course you would.
So the depressing thing, of course, is that Nadia comes out, looks at it and just goes, oh, it looks decimated. But actually, this is just the first stage of then cutting it all down, burning it, getting rid of it, and then being able to start to plant other stuff.
I mean, I agree with Nads over lots of things. I know exactly what she's looking for, but none of it is long-term thinking.
No.
In the sense of, and also the one thing I don't know, how she can like brambles.
I literally don't get it. It's a madness. It's an illness.
Brambles.
It's an illness to like brambles. It doesn't make any conceivable sense.
It doesn't.
Especially if every bramble can be replaced by something nicer.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's only because it's all there is and it's green.
Exactly.
I think that's the reason we've got used to it. Is it's all there is.
No, and I get that completely. She wants green rather than nothing.
So this is
fair enough.
So this has just been a summary of the nightmare that is our garden. So there's lots of debris, and really until I clear the debris out the way, we then will have more of a sense. But I do feel that by freeing up a bed there, we're going to have more potential to bring interesting things in. I hope.
Yeah, we will.
And I think Nadia's clearly not happy about any of the functional kind of greenhousery stuff, so I need to move that to the back of the garden.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense for it to be over there.
Yeah.